Today we're going to talk about forgiveness. And we are going to start with unforgiveness. Unforgiveness is so hard, and it's hard because it is the fact that somebody has done something wrong to you. And it is okay to actually judge an action and consider it wrong and right. If somebody has done wrong to you, then it feels horrible in your heart. Sometimes this turns into anger. So anger is not the problem. Holding on to anger is the problem. In fact, in Psalms 4:4 it says, "Be angry, but do not sin." So you can be angry, but you cannot sin. So how do you sin? I think the sin becomes when you use that anger to lash out at people. And so unforgiveness becomes this thing that you carry around with you against that person. So the relationship changes. It stops being the same camaraderie, stops, we don't kiki anymore, we don't do kumbaya anymore. And it is right that it happens that way, because if you're actually acknowledging your feelings, then it is true humanity to say that I am hurt and that I want to protect myself from further hurt. But however, there's a problem with the problem with unforgiveness is that once you sit in the seat of judge, usually this is a sequence. You sit in the seat of judge, you deem something wrong, but then because you're angry and you don't deal with it, then you start telling other people. Therefore, you become the prosecutor, and you find a jury of your peers, other people, and then you start building the case against this person for what they did against you. And because they're your friends, then they agree with you, and then you become the judge, and then you also render a guilty verdict. So you become judge, prosecutor, and jury. And of course, the person is guilty. See, that's the problem. That sequence is the problem. Because for you to go through that sequence, you have thought about it. This becomes more than a one-day thing. And the more you keep feeding these thoughts, the more they become toxic and the more they take your energy. For example, if something happened to me and somebody stole something from me, and I keep reliving this event over and over again, guess what I am not doing? In that moment, I am giving up my energy and my thought process and my imagination to something that is not constructive. I would rather be using that to build my purpose or build my future or imagine what is going to happen tomorrow that is actually going to be beneficial. That's the opportunity cost of unforgiveness. Unforgiveness robs you of energy that would otherwise be focused into your future. And in every single day, you have a limited amount of energy. Either you can put that energy into your past or you can put it into your future. You get to decide that. That's why you forgive. Secondly, unforgiveness, people hold on to this anger and resentment because they think if I forgive, then that means the other person gets to go free. No, that's not what it means. Forgiveness is a gift for you. It is for you. Because it is toxic, it ends up moving from the heart to the head to the mind, and within a very short time you become a very angry person because everything ticks you off. And yet it started with one little thing. But that doesn't mean that the other person gets to go free. And I will cover that when I come to actually why we should forgive. But I had this story and I thought it was amazing. So somebody became a Christian, and the family members who are already Christians, or they just started like being rude to him and deriding him and making fun of him. In fact, one of them actually hit him in the face and decided, oh, let's see how saved you are. and let's see if you react. Of course, he didn't, like, in that moment, he didn't react. But you see, before he was saved, before he became a Christian, that is something that would tick him off, and they would actually end up in a brawl. But he walked away. But as he was walking away, he decided, you know what? Screw this. I don't want to be a Christian if being a Christian means being a coward, or being taken advantage of, or people just pushing you around. And so he decided, I am going to find me alcohol. One of the things he was recovering from is alcoholism. And so he decided to go drown his sorrows in a bottle. So he is walking to this restaurant, and he tries to open the door, and the door does not open. It refuses to open. And literally, in that moment, he said he heard the voice of God, and God said, they insulted me, they beat me, they whooped me, they killed me, they stabbed me, and put a crown of thorns on my head, and I did not say a word. So all they've done to you is hit you once, and you're already giving up? Don't be a wuss. Okay? So, basically, the title of this will be, Don't Be a Wuss, Forgive. Because even when Jesus was hanging on the cross, what did he say? He said, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. Because the next step of forgiveness will always become empathy. It will always be empathy. And if Jesus could have empathy for a murderer and a robber and everybody else who had turned against him, come on. Somebody insulting you is something small. It's nothing compared to that. So, don't be a wuss. Forgive.